Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Fector, and I am doing my persuasive speech on seatbelt laws and safety. So I want to start off this speech with every time you get in your car, don't you hear that annoying ding 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 noise? Well, that's the constant reminder of wearing your seatbelt. So growing up, my parents never made me or my siblings wear a seatbelt. So when I got a car, it was very difficult for me to learn to wear my seatbelt. But that constant reminder and annoying noise of ding, ding, ding taught me the importance of wearing my seatbelt. So I want to state some interesting facts, which is in 2016, did you know seatbelts nearly saved 15,000 people's lives? But unfortunately, 27.5 million people do not wear their seatbelt. And another scary fact is, out of all age groups, motor vehicle accidents is one of the top leading causes of death. So this speech can kind of include everyone because either yourself or someone in your family has been in a car accident. And what is the first question that everyone asks is, were they wearing their seatbelt? So hopefully this speech can persuade everyone to wear their seatbelt and the importance of it. So what I'm going to cover today is the Louisiana state mandated laws of wearing a seatbelt and the proper way to wear a seatbelt. And also I'm going to cover the risk and the benefits of wearing a seatbelt. And hopefully I can show you and persuade you that the benefits outweigh the risk. So, like I said, first we're going to talk about the Louisiana state mandated laws for wearing a seatbelt, which are primary. And what that means is every passenger and the driver are required to wear a seatbelt, which that means it gives a cop they can give you a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt. And those costs vary, which means if you get your first seatbelt ticket, it might be one price. But if you continue to get more and more tickets for not wearing your seatbelt, the price goes up. So hopefully that can kind of persuade you to, wear your seatbelt, because nobody has the money to, spend on those pricey tickets when ultimately you could have just worn your seatbelt. So I want to next talk about the proper way of wearing a seatbelt. And I wanted to cover this because everyone tries to take the easy way out of wearing their seatbelt. For example, you pass by a cop and what do? You quickly whip your seatbelt across you because you don't want to get that ticket. Or when you're driving and the shoulder strap is digging into your neck and it's, so annoying to where you just, put that strap behind your back. And ultimately that does no good for you, and it honestly can lead to more injuries. So the proper way of wearing a seatbelt is to make sure that the harness strap on your shoulder goes across your chest and that the waist strap snugly fits around you. And also that you are sitting in an upright position with your feet on the floor and on the pedal. And, I want to again kind of stress, not wearing your seatbelt right does you no good. So the next thing we are going to cover are the risk of not wearing your seatbelt. And I kind of want to include this story of, the risk of not wearing your seatbelt because recently I lost one of my really good friends in a car accident about 6 months ago. And remember what I said? What was the first question? Was she wearing her seatbelt? And unfortunately, she wasn't, nor the guy who hit her. And she didn't make it. So hopefully that story can kind of scare you about the risk of not wearing your seatbelt. So did you know not wearing your seatbelt, you are 30 times more likely to be ejected from the car. And being ejected from the car, 3 out of 4 people die because of their injuries. And most drivers in accidents who are not wearing their seatbelts die. And that percentage is 53%. And, you could just simply wear your seatbelt so you could have that other percentage on your side when you are wearing your seatbelt. So the number one injury of unrestrained drivers on head-on collisions are head injuries. And that is very serious because brain injuries can lead to other injuries. For example, your mind and your mental capacity is not the same. And you could get whiplash, and nobody wants to be in that constant pain, because they weren't wearing their seatbelt. And nobody wants to potentially be, paralyzed from, the neck down, the waist down, because they were ejected from the car. So, I just want you to think back on that scary story I told you about my friend not wearing her seatbelt, and those, scary injuries, being paralyzed, head injuries, being ejected from the car. You have a 53% chance of dying from your injuries because you weren't wearing your seatbelt. So hopefully now I can persuade you to wear your seatbelt, because we're going to talk about the benefits of wearing a seatbelt. So did you know seatbelts are designed to, stop forceful movement? So like I said, remember that whiplash? The seatbelt keeps you in place, and it stops you from when two forces collide. And, when you are wearing your seatbelt, your airbags are designed for you to wear your seatbelt, because when you are wearing your seatbelt, you are in the proper place and position you are supposed to be in. So when your airbags eject, it's not going to hit you in a place that shouldn't be hit. And when you're not wearing your seatbelt and you're moving all over the place in the car, being hit with your airbags could lead to more injuries because you weren't wearing your seatbelt properly or not wearing it at all. So seatbelts reduce the fatality rate of car accidents by 45%. And when an accident is caused and you are wearing your seatbelt, medical costs are 60% lower than people who aren't wearing their seatbelt. So that can persuade you to wear your seatbelt, because medical costs are extremely pricey. Like, you could be paying that off for the rest of your life. And another thing is, if you are wearing your seatbelt and you do get in a car accident, your insurance of your car is not going to go up because you were wearing that preventable measure, and you weren't causing yourself harm because you were trying to do everything to protect yourself because you were wearing your seatbelt. So another thing with prices, your insurance won't go up if you're wearing your seatbelt and you get in a car accident. So, lastly, I just want to stress the importance of wearing your seatbelt, because, it's a life-saving measure. And, accidents are very scary. And, you want to do everything you can to prevent injuries. And remember I said you have a 45% more chance of not being dead because of a car accident. And you want every percent of chance on your side. So I want to go over again like what I talked about in my speech, which was we included the Louisiana state mandated laws for wearing your seatbelt and the proper way of wearing your seatbelt. And also we talked about the risk and the benefits of wearing a seatbelt. And, I keep saying it. Wear your seatbelt, everyone. No one wants to have injuries. No one wants to be dead. No one wants to have pricey tickets or, pricey insurance, medical costs. And it's just important to wear it. It's the law. It really is. So, it can only do good. And, people want to say, that it restricts you. You can't get out of the car. The benefits outweigh the risk, because honestly, you don't know if you're going to be restricted or you can't get out or anything. You don't know. So you want to have, the life-saving measures on your hand. So I want to end this speech with some, catchy phrases that probably everyone heard which is click it or ticket, Buckle up, it's the law. And lastly, the most important is seatbelts save lives, so buckle up. So I just want to thank everyone for listening to my speech, and yeah, thank you.